So, when do I think that each UFC champion is going to lose their UFC belt? Well, today, guys, that's what we're going to be working out. I've got basically the date slash the time of when I think every champion loses their belt eventually. Because let's face it, every champion does either retire and vacate their belt or get defeated and lose their belt. When I think it's going to happen, and potentially maybe who I think does it. So without further ado, let's get right into this video. If you enjoy this video, drop a subscription to the channel. There's going to be much more content like this in the future. And also, if you're watching on the day of upload, I will probably be streaming tonight, so do tune in for that. Without further ado, let's get right into this, starting off with the flyweight champion, Alexandre Pantoja. Now, Alexandre Pantoja is very old for a flyweight. I think he's 34 or 35, so I'm giving him a year. And the reason being, this guy picks up CTE like it's a good thing to get, okay? This guy gets into wars again and again and again, and trust me, he's already old, and his body will not be able to take it. He's going to get into a fight with one of the younger guys, the more hungry guys, and they are going to crack him, and he's going to drop. He's just going to get flatlined. Like, his chin will deplete. I'm telling you. Will he beat a few more guys? Yeah, I think he's probably going to get two more defenses, at least one more defense, depending on who it is. But I think a guy to beat him would be Manuel Cap. I think he'd piece him up. He's got enough power to maybe put him away and just crack that chin, because Alexandre Pantoja fights like he's invincible, and the dude ain't invincible. Will he beat the Brandons? Yeah, because they're both terrible at this point in time, let's be honest. But his luck will eventually run out. Trust me, guys, when you're fighting like that, you can't fight forever. And he's already on the old side of a flyweight's career, so I'm definitely not trusting him to defend his belt any more than twice. And if he fights Manel Cap, I think he will lose. So I'm picking him to lose his belt within a year, and a very valid opponent to do that, Manuel Cap. Moving on to bantamweight now, I've got a bit more to talk about here. Sean O'Malley is the current champion. He's just had his first defense against Marlon Chito Vera. I'm going for 3+ years. Now, people are going to immediately comment, Merab. Now, yes, obviously Merab is his biggest threat currently in the division. However, I'm going to be honest, guys. I don't think Merab is going to beat O'Malley. Okay, I'm picking O'Malley. O'Malley's always been my dog pick, my underdog pick, and I think he'll beat Merab. I think he'll just knock him out, because Merab is so open on the feet, guys. He's very hittable. The left hook is so there, and when Sean O'Malley needs to find a shot, he finds it, especially when someone's coming towards him. And Merab is going to have to come towards O'Malley. And he's not going to sub O'Malley, because O'Malley's jiu-jitsu is good, and Merab's actually kind of overrated once he gets you down. Can't really produce much. He's more of a takedown merchant. He has good takedowns, but after that, he doesn't really know what to do with you. And if you have good defense, you're going to be absolutely fine. But Henry's rocked him. He's been rocked in the past by Moraes. So I am relying on the Sugar Show to put an end to Merab, and basically send him on into the sunset, into the end of his career. Because Merab, guys, I think he's 34. I think he's coming up to 35 soon. He ain't exactly young for a bantamweight either, but I do think he will be the favourite going in. Most people will be backing him, and I am taking Sugar Sean O'Malley to defend against him. And after that, I think he's got it pretty easy. I think he beats Corey, which will happen probably after that matchup. I don't know if he's going to fight Topuria, but regardless, it won't be at bantamweight, so it doesn't really matter. He won't lose his belt even if he loses that match. Excuse me. And I'm thinking that he goes on a bit of a streak. I think he's going to have at least 4 or 5 defenses, and if I had to choose anyone to dethrone him, it may be Umar, but he hasn't really fought anyone of like legit top 5 competition yet, so we just don't know yet. Song Yadong's still got a bit to go. He isn't quite there yet. He's still young, though. I'm sure he can improve in the next 3 years. But I'm backing O'Malley against all these other guys that I see staying around for the next 3 years. I think he beats most of them, if not all of them. And I am backing O'Malley to get an actually really surprisingly long title reign. I think this dude's really good. He has the best striking in the UFC now. And this guy's legit. And also, he's pretty well-rounded. He's got good cardio, he's got a solid chin, and his grappling's actually surprisingly good too. He has a lot of tricks up his sleeve. So, he's definitely one to look out for. Moving on, Ilia Topuria. Now, I've gone for 4 years. However, I am having second thoughts about that because Ilya Tapura is either going to have a really long and successful title reign at featherweight, or he's going to lose to Max Holloway. And it all basically, in my opinion, just depends on how much CTE Max Holloway absorbs in the Gaethje fight. Because if it's not a lot, and somehow he doesn't get hit a lot in that fight, maybe he gets a finish early, which would be very unlikely in my opinion, but nonetheless possible. I think Max Holloway would have a good chance of going, you know what, I'm moving back down now, I'm the BMF, and I'm going to go and smoke Tapuria and go on a title charge. Because he'd get the instant shot, and I think Tapuria would welcome it because he thinks he's hittable. And I think Max Holloway, without a lot of CTA at the age of 32, 33, will probably beat Ilia Topuria. I think he will box him, outbox him, and just out-tough him. And he's tall and rangy, and I don't think Topuria will like that. I think he does better against shorter opponents, and because of his boxing style. And I think Max Holloway will beat him. However, Max Holloway is probably going to get CTE'd maximum capacity from Justin Gaethje, okay? And I think he might get finished. And then from then on, I'm not trusting Max Holloway's chin, okay? Once the Justin Gaethje experience happens, I'm not trusting his chin because I think it will be annihilated most likely in that matchup. And then I just don't trust him to beat Topuria. And if he ain't beating Topuria, I mean, you look through those rankings, you don't have much faith. Mosvar is terrible on the feet. I don't trust him. And his grappling isn't even good enough. Diego Lopez nearly finished him multiple times in their match. And Ilia Topuria's got really good jiu-jitsu. And he's got solid takedown defense. And also, it doesn't really impact the way he fights. A lot of dudes kind of fight weird when they know the guy can take them down. But Ilia doesn't. He just fights really aggressively still. So, yeah, it is looking long for the division. If Max Holloway cannot take out Ilia Topuria, I think he'll go on an absolute spree. But other than that, yeah, Ilia Topuria to have a long title reign. We move on. Islam Makhachev. I'm picking Islam 2 years. Now, the reason is no one in lightweight beats Islam, in my opinion. I don't think anyone can beat him. The only person that had a shot was Volk, and we all know how that ended now, so we can forget that. Yeah, no one's beating him, and he's going to retire. That's what I think. I think he's going to retire pretty early. He's going to have made a lot of money. This guy's going to won a lot in the UFC, and it's either going to be 2 or 3 years, okay? He probably isn't going to hang around a long time. Khabib didn't, so I don't really see why he would. I think he'll retire probably before he will definitely retire before he's 35. I'd be very surprised if he's still fighting at 35. So yeah, I'm picking him to probably retire at 34 and just call it a career there. But yeah, I don't think he's going to be beaten. I think he's going to hold the divisions as the champion for the next 2 years or so. And yeah, when he leaves, it will be on his terms and he'll vacate after defending it for the final time. Probably is maybe 5th, 6th defense by then, but yeah, maybe 6th defense. Maybe beat the record at lightweight. I think Khabib's got the record right now. I don't actually know what it is though, but yeah, that's what I'm picking. We move on to Leon Edwards. I'm going 2 years again. I think same thing really. I don't think Leon's probably not going to vacate, but I think one of the young guys will have improved enough to beat him then. I think he beats Shavkat right now. I don't think Shavkat beats him. He'll beat Bilal. I think that will probably be the matchup they make, seeing as it seems like Shavkat's going to fight JDM now. But I think Shavkat or JDM are both too raw to beat Leon right now. So I think Leon beats both of them now, but in 2 years I'm not so sure. And, there's other up-and-comers in the division, so we'll just have to wait and see. Leon could actually get a 3-4 year run up until he's 35, but it just depends on how well the young guys do and if they can escape fraud checks. But yeah, so Leon, he isn't going to lose anytime soon. He isn't going to lose to Bilal. He will beat Bilal. I'm pretty comfortable with that. And other than that, I don't really see any other threats in the division. So the biggest threat to him is probably Shavkat, to be honest, just because of the grappling compared to JDM. But yeah, in a kickboxing match, let's be honest, guys, Shavkat gets smoked by Leon. So yeah, that's just how it is. Yeah, he's just too sloppy to hang in there with Leon. So I'm not choosing Leon to lose to Shavkat right now because I think he'd win. So yeah, he's gonna be here for a while, guys. So unless something crazy happens in the Bilal fight, he's here to stay for the time being. So yeah. Moving on, Dricus du Plessis. I think Dricus isn't going to be here for a very long time. Now, Dricus is probably going to win his next fight, but then I think he'll lose the one after. And the reason being, the way he fights, he basically coin flips every fight. Obviously, that very aggressive style kind of, I'll see if I'm tougher than you. It works and works and works, and then one time it isn't going to work. So we'll have to see how it does. Fights where he's avoiding power punchers actually seems to benefit him. So I think if he avoids power punchers, he's actually in for a pretty good time. To be honest, if Izzy is not juiced, I think he beats Izzy. But Gaino Sanya may strike again, and he may come out looking rather swollen, mysteriously somehow harnessing knockout power, just randomly because he thinks I might need it for this fight. So that'll be interesting. And if that Izzy comes out, he probably finishes Dricus. If not, he probably loses to Dricus. But again, I can't rely on Dricus. I can't be like, 5 years, he's going to rule till he's 35. Because how can you trust a guy that fights like that? Eventually, a shot is going to land clean. He's going to get wobbled, and someone's going to put him away who has a bit of killer instinct. I just don't know who it's going to be. And, will Strickland probably get a rematch in a year? Yeah, but let's be honest, guys. Strickland doesn't have mad power, so I could see the fight going very similar way, but it just depends. But if I was Strickland, I'd be working trying to improve my boxing finishing potential, but it doesn't really work exactly like that. You can't really just become Ngannou levels of punching power overnight. Unless, you look to alternative methods that some fighters do, but yeah. So Dricus, not relying on him to get past a year, probably lose within 3. I'd be surprised if he doesn't, to be honest, guys. And that is not me hating on him, that's just my opinion. Because, he makes fun fights, so yeah. Moving on. Alex Pereira, I'm giving a month. Now, I think he probably loses to Jamal Hill. I know Jamal's the underdog, but Alex is so slow sometimes. So slow. And I'm scared of straight punches for Alex. I think hooks actually kind of suit him better to avoid, but I'm just scared that a 1-2 down the middle is actually going to put Alex out cold. I'm just seeing it coming, and also I'm just seeing Jamal Hill rear naked choking him, just gassing him out, and then laying on top of him for a while, doing some strikes to make him remove his hand, and then just getting the neck. But either way, I am scared that Alex Pereira is going to get knocked out in his next fight. And even if he doesn't get finished in that fight, he ain't winning the next one because it's Ankalaev, which is like a nightmare matchup for him. So he better get wrestling training. If not, he's going to have a very rough year. So yeah, Alex, I hope this guy wins because he's fun. But if Jamal doesn't beat him, let's be honest, guys, Ankalaev probably will. So yeah, but I do think my pick is going to be Jamal when that fight comes around. I'm still deciding, but honestly, guys, I think Jamal's 1-2, just down the middle. His good boxing is actually going to cause problems for Pereira. And also, Pereira's pretty old, and the dude, he just is slow. It's hard to explain, but sometimes, he just doesn't react to things, and it scares me. So I'm not trusting that guy any more than that. Moving on to the final division, heavyweight. Now, listen, John Jones is also champ. So if you want me to give a prediction on that quickly, I'd say a year. Reason being, he'll probably have one more fight and retire, because there's no way John Jones is fighting Tom Aspinall. It will never happen, guys. If he even does come back, it will just be to fight Stipe, and then he'll retire. Call himself the heavyweight GOAT, even though he's only beaten Cyril Gane, who's never even been champion, and a washed-up 42-year-old who actually got beaten by Ngannou, who we've just been showing in boxing isn't actually that good at boxing after all. And yeah. So, in regards to Jones, he'll probably come back, beat Stipe, and retire if he actually does come back. So, I give it a year. Roughly, it'll be within then. He'll have done that probably 7 months from now. He'll take his time coming back because he just wants to tire out Stipe. But John Jones looks old. I don't even know if he's going to get back in the ring. He's looking very overweight, and he's greying. So, yeah, I do think we have limited days on his return. But in regards to Tom Aspinall, now this, people are going to say I'm British in the comments, so I'm just lying here, but guys, no one beats Tom Aspinall. There's not a single heavyweight that beats him, okay? Could he get unluckily KO'd? Yep, but everyone good on this list. Makachev good. Leon could, Tapura could, O'Malley could, just as Drickers and Pereira can. But Pavlovich doesn't beat him. Almeida can't fight him because he was too busy getting finished by Blades. So, I mean, it just shows your levels, doesn't it? Because Blades is going to fight Aspinall next, and we all know that Aspinall is going to smoke Blades. He's going to finish him in round 1, 100%. And just no one beats him. This guy's going to go... I genuinely think he's going to go on like a finishing streak of like at least 5 fights, because I can't see anyone going at least 15 minutes with Tom Aspinall, never mind 25 minutes, because the guy is so good. And even if someone survives the first round against him now, it's a credit, because he's just so lethal. Power, good boxing, he has leg kicks, good fight IQ, and obviously he's got very dangerous grappling with good ground and pound. So yeah, I'm backing my boy Tom Aspinall to become the heavyweight GOAT, the real heavyweight GOAT, and rack up some crazy defenses, and basically just break a lot of records in the UFC for title defenses at heavyweight. But yeah, that is the video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Obviously I'm back now. I'm going to be uploading videos much more regularly. So yeah, leave a like if you enjoyed. Leave a comment down below on your list and what you think. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.